Today, we're diving into the latest leaks surrounding Samsung's upcoming flagship, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. If you were expecting a major design overhaul for Samsung's new lineup, you might want to hold off on getting too excited. According to some recent leaks, the changes may be less drastic than we initially hoped. Let's break down what's new and what's staying the same with the Galaxy S25 series, particularly with the Ultra model. First up, let's talk about the overall design. Recently, dummy units for the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra were leaked, giving us a closer look at what these phones will likely look like. These dummy units are typically used by case makers to ensure their products fit before the official release, so they give us a pretty accurate picture of what to expect. From these leaks, one thing is clear. While some of us were hoping for a more rounded design for the Galaxy S25 Ultra, especially to make it feel more uniform across the series, turns out the changes are subtle at best. There had been talk of significantly rounding the corners of the S25 Ultra to address complaints from users of the S24 Ultra, who found the phone too blocky and uncomfortable to hold. But as the leaked images show, the Galaxy S25 Ultra isn't undergoing a dramatic transformation in this regard. The corners are slightly more rounded compared to the S24 Ultra, but the difference is far from night and day. It's still blockier than its smaller sibling, the S25 Plus, and the wide corner radius is not as ergonomic as some had hoped. Now let's move on to the size and shape. The Galaxy S25 Ultra stands out, and not just because of its larger size, but also due to its overall shape. While the rest of the series, including the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus, appears to have a more uniform design, the Ultra model still has a distinctly different look. The corners are somewhat more ergonomic, but they haven't rounded off as much as anticipated. So, for those who were hoping the Ultra would be easier to handle, this might be a bit of a letdown. The rear of the Galaxy S25 Ultra does see a slight change. The leaked images suggest that Samsung is making room for larger camera sensors, which could improve the phone's photography capabilities. However, visually, these changes are not all that significant. The camera bump is bigger, sure, but it's not a radical departure from what we saw on the S24 Ultra. As for the sides of the Galaxy S25 Ultra, they remain pretty flat and edgy, continuing the trend we're seeing across several smartphone brands. So, if you're looking for a phone with smoother, more comfortable edges, this design won't exactly hit the mark. Samsung seems to be sticking to the flat, sharp design, which, while modern, might not win any awards for comfort. In short, while the Galaxy S25 Ultra does bring some refinements, particularly with its slightly more rounded corners and larger camera sensors, it's not the massive redesign that many were hoping for. It sticks closely to the design language of its predecessor, the S24 Ultra, with only small tweaks here and there. If you are holding out for a more ergonomic feel or a dramatically different look, you might need to adjust your expectations. So, there you have it. The Galaxy S25 Ultra might not be the major design overhaul we were expecting. While it's still a powerful and feature-packed device, Samsung seems to be playing it safe when it comes to the overall look and feel. What do you think about these changes? Are they enough for you, or were you hoping for more? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest tech leaks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. The smartphone industry is constantly evolving, with each new year bringing us flagship devices that push the boundaries of technology and design. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the two biggest names in the smartphone world right now: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both phones are powerhouses in their own right, but how do they stack up against each other? Let's dive into the battle of the bigs. Design and size. As expected, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't deviate much from its predecessor when it comes to design. The rectangular shape, soft corners, flat sides, and dynamic island pill-shaped cutout remain. This year, however, the screen has grown from 6.7 inches to a massive 6.9 inches, making it the largest display ever on an iPhone. Its bezels are even thinner, but the overall dimensions have changed slightly, measuring 163mm by 77.6mm. In comparison, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly smaller at 162.3mm in height, but a bit wider at 79mm, making it easier to handle for users who love to use the S Pen for sketching or taking notes. Speaking of the S Pen, Samsung once again offers the stylus nestled into the bottom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a feature that remains unique to Samsung in the flagship market, and one that many users either love or ignore completely. The precision of the S Pen, developed in partnership with Wacom, is something to be admired, making it a fantastic tool for creative tasks. Apple, on the other hand, introduces some new tricks with its buttons. The Action button, which debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro series, returns offering customizable functions for launching apps or activating Siri shortcuts. But the real star of the show is the new camera control button. This physical key, equipped with a capacitive surface, allows users to control the camera with a swipe, much like a traditional camera shutter button, enhancing the photography experience. Both phones come in sleek color options. The iPhone 16 Pro Max offers titanium finishes in white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Meanwhile, Samsung gives users a broader selection with titanium violet, yellow, black, and gray, and 3 exclusive colors if you order directly from Samsung's website. Display differences. When it comes to display, both phones boast impressive technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 6.9-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display that can drop its refresh rate to just 1 Hz, keeping your wallpaper or photos visible even when the phone is asleep. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra comes equipped with its signature AMOLED screen, also featuring a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display. However, Samsung has a slight edge here with its anti-reflective coating, which makes the screen much easier to see outdoors. In contrast, the iPhone struggles with reflections in bright sunlight despite its high brightness. Color accuracy is another area where the two phones differ slightly. The iPhone's display leans towards a yellowish hue, while the Galaxy has a bit of a teal tint. But with both phones offering blue light filters and adaptive color calibration, these differences are minimal in day-to-day use. One new feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop to an incredibly low 1-nit brightness level, making it easier on the eyes in dark environments. Samsung's display already hovers around this level, so both phones are excellent for nighttime use. Performance and software. Under the hood, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-gen 3nm process by TSMC. This cutting-edge chip brings significant improvements in performance and efficiency, particularly when it comes to handling heavy tasks like gaming and AI-driven processes. Apple has also focused on better heat dissipation, addressing the overheating issues that plagued the A17 Pro chip. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, specifically tuned for Samsung devices. While both chips are incredibly powerful, benchmarks show that Apple's A18 Pro takes the lead in CPU performance. However, in 3D graphics tests, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind, offering stellar gaming performance. Both Apple and Samsung are pushing into the realm of AI, with dedicated NPU cores to handle AI tasks. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple Intelligence, which will roll out new features gradually, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra already boasts AI-powered features like live translation, generative image editing, and transcript summaries. As for software, the iPhone runs iOS, which has seen some welcome changes this year, bringing it closer to the flexibility of Android. You can now place app icons anywhere on the home screen and even customize their colors. But if customization is what you're after, Samsung's One UI still reigns supreme with features like split-screen multitasking, themes, and more. Samsung has also stepped up its software update game, promising 7 years of updates for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, compared to Apple's 5-year commitment for the iPhone. Camera capabilities. Apple has made some significant upgrades to the cameras on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, particularly the ultra-wide camera, which now features a 48-megapixel sensor. The main camera remains at 48 megapixel, and the 5x telephoto camera comes with a 12-megapixel sensor. A new lens coating helps reduce the lens flare issue that has been prevalent in recent iPhone models, especially during night shots. Samsung, as always, is pushing the envelope with its camera hardware. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a hopping 200-megapixel main camera, alongside a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 50-megapixel 5x zoom camera. While the megapixel count might seem impressive, the real magic happens in post-processing. Both phones have excellent cameras, but Samsung has a slight edge in zoom performance, while the iPhone tends to over-sharpen fine details like leaves or grass. In low-light conditions, both phones perform admirably, but the iPhone's new lens coating helps reduce the flare and artifacts that can appear in night photos. Samsung, on the other hand, continues to struggle slightly with oversaturated greens in its images, but this is only noticeable when directly comparing photos side by side. Battery and charging. When it comes to battery life, both phones pack a punch. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes with a slightly larger 5,000 mAh battery. However, Samsung takes the lead in charging speeds, offering 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20 watt. For wireless charging, Apple's MagSafe offers 25 watt, while Samsung's wireless charging maxes out at 15 watt. Conclusion. So, which phone is the better choice? It's a tough call. The iPhone 16 Pro Max impresses with its sleek design, powerful A18 Pro chip, and improved cameras, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels with its S Pen, higher megapixel count, and faster charging speeds. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference and whether you're more entrenched in Apple's ecosystem or Samsung's Android world. Either way, you're getting a top-tier smartphone that won't disappoint. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, take care. Goodbye.